Hello, it is your girl Timmesha Shockley here, and welcome back to my channel where I strive to teach, aspire, and shift. So we are gonna go ahead and jump right into today's video topic, and today we are gonna be talking about how you can help your teen through the teen years, because I'm sure as we all reflect back on our teen years, we can say that they were not the easiest at all. I know your girl can say that for herself, and I'm sure my parents would love to attest to that truth as well. I just wanted to share a very few quick and simple things that will hopefully help you and help your teen navigate, just those years that can be rough because, they're trying to find themselves, they kind of are in that in-between where they've been raised by you and they, have heard what you said, what you taught them growing up. And then you also have the influence of their peers, society, social media, okay? And so now they're trying to kind of find that in between of where they fit in, what do they want, and it's a lot. So I am excited to share these tips and I hope that they help you. So let's go ahead and jump into the very first one. So the first one is something that I have mentioned in previous videos, and it talks about how you can set the narrative. And this is something that, if possible, you want to start as young as you can, but it's never too late to start instituting it and using it and just kind of pushing it. But by setting the narrative, I mean that, like I said before, your teens have a lot of information, a lot of images, a lot of things that they are being thrown with that's deemed acceptable, that's deemed not acceptable. They may be trying to fit into the mold where they're not really supposed to fit in. And you as the parent, you as the adult can really help them set that narrative by speaking life over them and just encouraging them and continuing to be an example for them. And you can really also do this by not only speaking life, not only encouraging your child, but also building them up, tap into what is it that they love and kind of really just run with that and help encourage them in that and help build them up in that. The second thing that you can do, and you guys are going to hear me say this 1,001 times because I just feel like this is so important, but the establishment of boundaries and routines. And I think that it's important for you to create a space for your child to express themselves, which I'm going to hit on another point later, but I think it's also very important that they understand what will be tolerated and what will not be tolerated within your home. And I think that it's also important that you create space and time for that quality time to take place, whether it's just you and your teen getting away, doing an activity or something together, or if it's with you as a family. And I think that it's important that as you're spending this quality time together, this family time together, that you're challenging your teen. And let's be honest, it's going to be a challenge for us adults to put away our phones, put away all of our electronic devices, and really just be present in the moment with each other. So that is the second thing. So the first thing is to just set that narrative of speaking life, of building your teen up, encouraging them. And then the second one is to make sure that you're setting those boundaries as to what's going to be acceptable, what is not acceptable, and also establishing routines that allow you guys to spend quality, undivided attention and time together. The third thing that you can do to help you navigate the teen years as you're raising your teen is create a safe space for them. Something that I remember growing up, and no, I necessarily wouldn't have been comfortable going to my parents back then, but my parents were always very open with me. They shared things with me as to things that they were up to when they were teens, kind of like where that led them and why, they wanted to set some parameters and boundaries around my sister and I. Did I get it at the time? No, of course not. I was a teen. But I now, looking back, appreciate that and appreciate that safe space that they created for me back then. And And something else that they did that I think is really helpful and that I would encourage you guys is, if in creating this safe space, if your teen doesn't feel comfortable necessarily coming to you, and although you've left that door open, continue to leave that door open, continue to leave that space open, but also connect your teen to other life groups, youth groups, places that have other mature adults that, you know, can help them as they navigate through life. And whether that's, you know, related to your faith, whether that's just trusted family friends that you know they have a good head on their shoulders, you know that they are living in alignment with, you know, where you want your kids to go, where you want your child to kind of be, you know, gearing towards, is connect them to them. First of all, create that safe space for your teens. Allow them to know that they can talk to you. And through that, it's not going to be just you saying, you know, whenever you feel like you want to come talk to me, you can come talk to me. But every time they try to come and talk to you, or every time they're trying to bring up an issue that they're going through, you know, you automatically shut them down, or you're correcting them, or you're bashing them. It's important that you take in what they're saying, you listen, and sometimes just be a listening ear, because that's a lot of times what us as teens are. I'm not a teen anymore, y'all, but you know, that's what we're looking for. That's what they are looking for. They're looking to hear and know that their voice matters. And so when you're creating that safe space, you as a parent or the adult in their life, leave that door open, but also connect them with other life groups or youth groups or teen groups that can help, you know, not only have an adult that can kind of play that role for them, but it can also connect them to other peers who they can relate to, who may be going through the same exact things that they are going through as well. The fourth thing that you can do as you navigate the teen years is know your teen. Know their likes, know their dislikes. And yes, this can probably change day by day, moment by moment, depending on their mood, you know, who's popular, who's not, what's going on. But it's important that you take the time to know, and you take the time to just, again, that's just really showing them that they matter to you, that what they have going on, that you want in their world, right? And that they matter, that what they're interested in, you're interested in. And I think that that's just so important, because I think a lot of times with our teens, they're getting kind of pushed every which way, and they're trying to fit in, and you know, they're also trying to find themselves, and they're trying to blend what, you know, mom and dad say versus what their teachers say versus what their friends say versus what social media says. And so it's so important that you know your child, you know your teen, and that knowing them, you also don't enable them. So if you know they struggle with fear, or, you know, trying to get pushed outside of their comfort zone, don't enable them and allowing them to stay in that space, but push them beyond their limits, but also allow them to know that you're going to be there to support them and catch them if they fall, so to speak. Fifth and last thing that I want to share with you guys on how you can navigate the teen years is be the parent, okay? Be the parent, be the adult in these teens' lives. It is so important that they know that you are going to be the parent. So that means, again, you're going to have to set those boundaries. You're going to have to set those routines. There may be a time where you get the I hate you, whatever the case is. Again, understand they are a teen, you know, understand where their mental capacity is. They're not going to understand everything that you do, everything that you set in place. And that's okay. Your job as a parent is to set those boundaries, set those limits, set those routines, and set that expectation for them. And know that if you take the time to be the parent now, once they get older, you can enjoy that friendship that you do eventually get to develop with your child or with your adult child. So a quick recap: the first thing that you want to do as you are raising these teens is you want to set the narrative. Speak life over your teens, speak life over them, encourage them, continue to build them up, find what they like, take interest in it, and help them cultivate those gifts and just all those things that are within them, help them cultivate them. The second thing is you want to set those boundaries, those routines, have that quality family time together. The third thing is create a safe space for them, create an open door policy, or connect them to a group where they can develop that safe space and share what's on their heart, share what they're going through with trusted adults, and connect them with other teens their age. The fourth thing that you want to do is know your teen. Get to know them. Take joy and pride in their interests. Help, shape them and mold them into the things that they already kind of gravitate towards. Encourage them to walk into that boldly and freely. And the fifth thing is be the parent. The more parenting you do now, the more things that you instill in them now, the more joy and lackadaisical living you can have once they are grown, okay? And you can really enjoy that friendship. So I hope that you guys enjoyed these tips. I hope they help. Stay encouraged, mamas. Stay encouraged, daddies. Stay encouraged, caregivers, grandparents, everybody. Stay encouraged, okay? Y'all got this. I hope that you guys enjoy. Please be sure that you are subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any of my other uploads, and be sure that you are liking this video, you're commenting down below, and of course make sure that you're sharing this video, because if you need it, a friend of a friend, I'm sure that a friend of a friend could use it too. All right, I'll see y'all in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.